Everyone recommends canned tuna for protein. It's cheap, it's convenient, it's shelf stable. But there's another fish that costs about the same or even less, provides better protein, delivers omega-3 fatty acids that actually fight sarcopenia at the cellular level, and comes in a form that's easier to eat for older adults with dental issues or swallowing difficulties. The fish I'm talking about is canned sardines. And before you make a face and think about those tiny, smelly fish your grandparents ate, let me explain exactly why sardines are nutritionally superior to tuna in every way that matters for building and maintaining muscle after 60. Let's start with protein content. A standard can of tuna in water contains about 22 grams of protein. That's respectable, but a can of sardines packed in water contains about 23 grams of protein. Similar amounts. So why are sardines better? Because of what comes with that protein. Sardines are small fish that are eaten whole, including the bones. Those soft, edible bones provide massive amounts of calcium. One can of sardines delivers about 35% of your daily calcium needs. Calcium isn't just for bones. Your muscles need calcium to contract. At 60 and beyond, when both bone and muscle health are declining, getting calcium and protein together is incredibly efficient. Tuna provides essentially no calcium. You get protein, but nothing for your bones or muscle contraction. Sardines give you both. This is the first major advantage. The second advantage is omega-3 fatty acids. Both sardines and tuna contain omega-3s, but sardines contain significantly more. One can of sardines provides about 1,000 to 2,000 milligrams of combined omega-3 fatty acids. Tuna provides about 200 to 500 milligrams depending on the type. Why does this matter for sarcopenia? Omega-3 fatty acids reduce inflammation. Chronic inflammation is one of the primary drivers of age-related muscle loss. When inflammation is high, your body produces cytokines that directly promote muscle protein breakdown and inhibit muscle protein synthesis. By reducing inflammation, omega-3s create a more anabolic environment where muscle building can occur. Research shows that omega-3 supplementation combined with resistance training leads to greater muscle gain in older adults compared to training alone. The omega-3s improve insulin sensitivity in muscle cells, enhance protein synthesis signaling, and reduce the inflammatory signals that cause muscle breakdown. Sardines deliver therapeutic doses of omega-3s with every can. Tuna delivers some, but not enough to create significant anti-inflammatory effects. This is the second major advantage. The third advantage is vitamin D. Sardines are one of the few food sources of vitamin D, providing about 25 to 30% of daily needs per can. Vitamin D is crucial for muscle function. Vitamin D receptors exist on muscle cells. When vitamin D binds to these receptors, it influences muscle protein synthesis and muscle fiber size. Low vitamin D levels are strongly associated with muscle weakness and increased fall risk in older adults. Correcting vitamin D deficiency improves muscle strength and physical performance. Sardines provide vitamin D along with protein. Tuna provides essentially none. The fourth advantage is cost. Canned sardines typically cost between $1.50 to $3 per can, depending on brand and where you shop. Canned tuna costs about the same, $1 to $3 per can. So the cost is comparable, but you're getting more nutrition per dollar with sardines. More omega-3s, calcium, vitamin D, plus the protein. The fifth advantage is mercury content. Large fish like tuna accumulate mercury from eating smaller fish throughout their lives. Albacore tuna in particular can have high mercury levels. Sardines are small fish low on the food chain. They accumulate minimal mercury. You can eat sardines daily without worry. With tuna, especially albacore, you need to limit consumption to avoid mercury toxicity. For older adults who need consistent daily protein, sardines are safer for frequent consumption. You can eat a can every day without health concerns. Try that with albacore tuna and you're risking mercury accumulation. The sixth advantage is the soft, tender texture. Sardines are cooked during the canning process until the bones and skin are completely soft. The entire fish becomes tender and easy to chew. For older adults with dental problems or missing teeth, sardines are easier to eat than chunky tuna. You can mash sardines with a fork into a spreadable consistency. Try that with tuna, and it's still somewhat fibrous. Sardines break down completely, making them ideal for people who struggle with solid foods. Now let me address the taste and smell concerns, because I know that's what stops many people from eating sardines. Yes, sardines have a stronger fish flavor than tuna, but the way you prepare them makes all the difference. Sardines packed in water have the mildest flavor. Sardines in olive oil are richer but more flavorful. Sardines in tomato sauce or mustard sauce have the fish flavor masked by the sauce. If you've never liked sardines, try different brands and packing liquids. Quality varies significantly. Some brands use smaller, more tender fish. Others use larger, stronger tasting fish. Experiment to find a brand you actually enjoy. Preparation methods matter too. Don't eat sardines straight from the can if you're not used to them. Mash them with lemon juice, olive oil, and herbs. Spread on whole grain crackers or toast. The lemon brightens the flavor and cuts any fishiness. The herbs add complexity. Suddenly, sardines become a sophisticated spread rather than smelly fish. Mix mashed sardines with Greek yogurt or cottage cheese for extra protein and a creamy texture. The dairy mellows the fish flavor. Add diced celery, onion, and a little mustard. You've created a sardine salad that's genuinely delicious and packed with protein. Use sardines in pasta. Sauté garlic in olive oil, add the sardines and break them up with a spoon, add some cherry tomatoes and basil, toss with pasta. The sardines become part of a complex sauce rather than a standalone fish. The strong flavor becomes an asset, adding depth to the dish. Put sardines on pizza. This is traditional in Mediterranean cuisine. The salty, rich sardines complement cheese and tomato sauce beautifully. It's actually a classic combination. Add sardines to salads. Mash sardines mixed into a salad. Dressing add richness and protein. Or place whole sardines on top of a green salad with olives, tomatoes, and cucumbers. Drizzle with lemon and olive oil. This is a protein-rich, satisfying meal. Make sardine cakes similar to crab cakes. Mash sardines with breadcrumbs, egg, herbs, and seasonings. Form into patties and pan fry. These are delicious, economical, and protein dense. The point is, sardines are versatile. The strong flavor that some people dislike can be modulated through preparation. Find a method that works for you. Now let me introduce you to other affordable fish that fight sarcopenia effectively. The second option is canned mackerel. Mackerel is similar to sardines, but with slightly larger, meatier fillets. The protein content is comparable, about 20 grams per can. The omega-3 content is exceptional, similar to or even higher than sardines. Mackerel has a richer, more pronounced flavor than sardines. Some people prefer this. Others find it too strong. Like sardines, mackerel comes in various packing liquids. Water-packed is mildest. Oil-packed is richest. Choose based on your taste preference. Canned mackerel is usually very affordable, often cheaper than tuna. A can costs $1.50 to $2.50. The protein and omega-3 content make it exceptional value. Use mackerel the same ways you'd use sardines. Mash it into spreads, add to salads, mix into pasta, or make fish cakes. The third option is canned salmon with bones and skin. This is different from the boneless salmon fillets. The canned salmon with bones provides all the benefits of sardines, the calcium from bones, the collagen from skin, plus the protein and omega-3s from the salmon itself. A can of salmon with bones typically costs $3 to $4, slightly more than sardines, but still very affordable. The protein content is higher, usually about 25 grams per can. The omega-3s are substantial. The calcium from the bones is significant. The texture of canned salmon is different from fresh salmon. It's softer and flakier. The bones are completely soft and edible, just like in sardines. Many people find canned salmon more palatable than sardines because the salmon flavor is milder and more familiar. Use canned salmon in all the ways you'd use tuna. Salmon salad sandwiches, salmon patties, salmon pasta, salmon on salads. The nutrition is superior to tuna with more omega-3s, calcium from bones, and vitamin D. The fourth option is frozen herring. Herring is similar to sardines, but usually sold frozen rather than canned. It requires cooking, which is more work than canned options, but frozen herring is extremely affordable, often $1 to $3 per pound. Herring has exceptional omega-3 content, among the highest of any fish. The protein is high quality. When you buy whole frozen herring and pan fry or grill them, you get the bones, skin, and all the nutrients. The taste is strong, similar to sardines or mackerel. Pickled herring is another option. This is herring that's been cured in vinegar and spices. It's sold in jars at most grocery stores. The pickling process creates a unique sweet-sour flavor that many people enjoy. Pickled herring is eaten cold, requiring no cooking. Just open the jar and eat. The protein content of pickled herring is slightly lower than fresh due to the liquid in the jar, but it's still substantial, about 15 grams per serving. The omega-3s remain intact. It's a convenient, affordable, protein-rich option. The fifth option is frozen sardines or fresh sardines when available. In coastal areas or cities with good fish markets, you can sometimes find fresh sardines. These are larger than canned sardines, but still small fish. They're usually very affordable, $3 to $5 per pound. Fresh sardines can be grilled, baked, or pan-fried. The taste is milder than canned sardines and the texture is firmer. Many people who dislike canned sardines enjoy fresh sardines. The preparation is simple. Clean them if not already cleaned, season with salt, pepper, and lemon, and cook with high heat for a few minutes per side. The nutrition is exceptional. Fresh sardines provide all the benefits of canned versions plus the satisfaction of eating a whole, recognizable fish rather than processed canned fish. The sixth option is canned anchovies. Anchovies are even smaller than sardines. They're typically sold in small tins or jars, packed in oil or salt. The flavor is very strong and salty. Anchovies are not usually eaten in large quantities like sardines, but anchovies can be used as a flavoring ingredient that adds protein. Mash a few anchovies into pasta sauce and they dissolve, adding a savory umami depth. The protein content per anchovy is small, but if you use several in a dish, it adds up. Plus, you get the omega-3s and other nutrients. Anchovies are very affordable per tin, usually $2 to $4. A small tin lasts for multiple uses since you only need a few anchovies to flavor a dish. For people who want the nutritional benefits of small oily fish but don't want to eat whole sardines, anchovies offer a way to incorporate these nutrients through flavoring. The seventh option is fish roe or caviar from affordable sources. While expensive caviar from sturgeon is beyond most budgets, roe from other fish is much cheaper. Salmon roe, trout roe, and flying fish roe are all available at reasonable prices, especially in Asian markets. Fish roe is exceptionally nutrient dense. It's essentially fish eggs containing protein, omega-3s, vitamin D, and many other nutrients. The protein is high quality. A small amount provides substantial nutrition. The cost varies. Salmon roe can be $5 to $10 for a small jar, but a little goes a long way. A spoonful added to rice, pasta, or eaten on crackers provides concentrated nutrition. For seniors who have small appetites, nutrient-dense foods like roe are valuable. The eighth option is smoked fish, particularly smoked mackerel, herring, or trout. Smoking is a preservation method that creates unique flavors. Smoked fish is sold in vacuum-sealed packages at grocery stores. Smoked mackerel typically costs $4 to $6 per package, which provides 2 servings. The protein content is high, about 20 grams per serving. The omega-3s remain intact through the smoking process. The texture is firm and flaky, easy to eat. The main downside of smoked fish is sodium content. The smoking process involves salt, and some brands add additional salt. For people watching sodium intake, smoked fish should be eaten in moderation or balanced with low-sodium foods throughout the day. But for the protein, omega-3s and convenience, smoked fish is excellent. It requires no cooking. Just open the package and eat. You can eat it plain, add to salads, mix into scrambled eggs, or use in any way you'd use cooked fish. The ninth option is fish in pouches rather than cans. Many fish that traditionally came in cans now come in shelf-stable pouches. Salmon, tuna, sardines, and mackerel are all available in pouches. The nutrition is the same as canned versions. The advantage is convenience. Pouches are lighter, don't require a can opener, and are easier to pack for travel or keep in a bag. They're also easier to open for people with arthritis or limited hand strength. The cost is usually similar to canned versions. Sometimes pouches are slightly more expensive, but the convenience might be worth it for some people. The 10th option is whitefish that's affordable and available. While fatty fish like sardines provide more omega-3s, lean whitefish still provides excellent protein. Frozen cod, tilapia, swai, and pollock are all very affordable, often $3 to $6 per pound. These fish provide about 20 grams of protein per 4-ounce serving. They're mild in flavor, making them acceptable to most people. They require cooking, but the preparation is simple. Bake, broil, or pan fry for a few minutes. For seniors who genuinely cannot tolerate the flavor of sardines, mackerel, or other strong fish, mild whitefish provides an alternative. While lacking the omega-3s and vitamin D of fatty fish, whitefish still contributes to protein intake for muscle maintenance. Now let me explain exactly how the nutrients in these fish fight sarcopenia at the cellular and molecular level. The protein provides amino acids, obviously, but the omega-3 fatty acids do something special. They're incorporated into the membranes of muscle cells, changing the fluidity and function of those membranes. This improved membrane function enhances insulin sensitivity. When muscle cells are more sensitive to insulin, they take up more amino acids and glucose in response to meals. This means better nutrient delivery to muscles after eating, which supports muscle protein synthesis. Omega-3s also directly affect gene expression in muscle cells. They activate genes that promote muscle protein synthesis and deactivate genes that promote muscle breakdown. This shifts the balance toward building and maintaining muscle. The anti-inflammatory effects of omega-3s reduce the production of inflammatory cytokines that drive muscle wasting. Cytokines like tumor necrosis factor alpha and interleukin-6 promote muscle protein breakdown. Omega-3s suppress these cytokines, reducing the catabolic signals. Vitamin D from fatty fish binds to vitamin D receptors on muscle cells. This activates pathways that increase the size and number of type 2 muscle fibers, which are the fast-twitch fibers responsible for strength and power. These fibers are particularly affected by aging, shrinking lacking more than type 1 fibers. By supporting type 2 fiber growth, vitamin D helps maintain the strength and quickness that's often lost with age. The combination of adequate vitamin D and resistance training can actually increase type 2 fiber size in older adults. Calcium from fish bones supports muscle contraction at the most fundamental level. When a nerve signal tells a muscle to contract, calcium floods into the muscle fiber. This calcium binds to proteins that trigger the contraction. Without adequate calcium availability, muscle contraction is impaired. Older adults often have insufficient calcium intake. Their muscles might have plenty of contractile proteins but can't generate force properly because calcium is limited. Eating sardines with their calcium-rich bones solves this problem. The combination of these nutrients, protein for building blocks, omega-3s for anabolic signaling and inflammation reduction, vitamin D for muscle fiber growth, calcium for contraction, creates a comprehensive nutritional package that supports muscle health from multiple angles. This is why sardines and similar fish are superior to isolated protein sources. You're not just getting amino acids, you're getting nutrients that actively shift your physiology toward muscle building and away from muscle breakdown. Let me give you a practical weekly protocol. Aim for at least 3 servings of fatty fish per week. 1 serving is a standard can of sardines, mackerel, or salmon, or 1 serving of fresh, frozen, or smoked fatty fish. Monday, have sardines mashed with lemon and olive oil on whole grain toast for lunch. You've consumed 23 grams of protein plus omega-3s, calcium, and vitamin D. Wednesday, have canned salmon mixed with Greek yogurt, diced celery, and herbs. Serve on a salad or in a sandwich. Another 25 grams of protein plus nutrients. Friday, have grilled fresh sardines or mackerel with roasted vegetables for dinner, or if fresh isn't available, use smoked mackerel. Another serving of fatty fish protein and omega-3s. This pattern gives you 3 servings of fatty fish per week, providing roughly 70 grams of high-quality protein, plus therapeutic amounts of omega-3s, substantial vitamin D, and calcium. Combined with other protein sources on other days, this forms the foundation of a muscle-building eating pattern. The cost for this protocol is minimal. 3 cans of sardines or mackerel cost $6 to $9 total. For 1 week of exceptional muscle-supporting nutrition, you're spending less than $10. Compare that to protein supplements or expensive cuts of meat. Now let me address common objections. The first objection is taste. I've already discussed preparation methods, but let me emphasize, if you haven't tried sardines in 10 years, try them again. Buy a high-quality brand, try different packing liquids, prepare them thoughtfully rather than eating straight from the can. Many people who think they hate sardines have only tried low-quality brands prepared poorly. A good brand of sardines in olive oil with lemon juice, garlic, and fresh herbs on good bread is genuinely delicious. Don't let past experiences prevent you from getting excellent nutrition. The second objection is convenience. Sardines are actually more convenient than most protein sources. No refrigeration needed before opening, no cooking required. Open the can, drain if desired, eat. Total time is 2 minutes. That's more convenient than cooking chicken, making eggs, or even opening a protein powder container and mixing it. The third objection is social acceptability. Some people feel embarrassed eating sardines at work or around others. This is a mindset issue. In Mediterranean cultures, eating sardines is completely normal and even prestigious. It's a sign of good taste and cultural knowledge. If you're uncomfortable, eat sardines at home, pack other proteins for social situations, but don't let others' opinions prevent you from eating nutritious, affordable food. The fourth objection is sustainability and ethics. Small fish like sardines are among the most sustainable seafood choices. They reproduce quickly, are abundant, and fishing them has minimal environmental impact. Organizations like the Monterey Bay Aquarium rate sardines as a best choice for sustainability. Compare this to larger fish like tuna, where overfishing is a concern, or farmed fish, where environmental impacts can be significant. Sardines are environmentally responsible. The fifth objection is burping or aftertaste. Omega-3 rich fish can cause fishy burps or aftertaste for some people. Taking fish with food rather than on an empty stomach helps. Choosing fish packed in water rather than oil sometimes helps. Freezing the canned fish before eating can reduce burping for some people, though the mechanism isn't clear. If fish burps are truly intolerable, focus on fresh fish rather than canned, as the fresh versions seem to cause this less often, or use fish in cooked dishes where the fish flavor is integrated into other foods rather than prominent. The conclusion is straightforward. Canned tuna provides protein, but lacks the omega-3s, vitamin D, and calcium that sardines, mackerel, and salmon with bones provide. These fatty fish deliver complete nutrition for fighting sarcopenia through protein for building blocks, omega-3s for reducing inflammation and enhancing anabolic signaling, vitamin D for muscle fiber growth, and calcium for contraction. At comparable or lower cost than tuna, sardines and similar fish provide superior muscle building nutrition. Eat 3 servings weekly and transform your muscle health.